Well, let's cross now to Saint-Malo in France and speak to Jacques Reland. He's a senior research fellow at the Global Policy Institute. Good to have you back with us, Jacques. Now, her supporters have called this trial a witch hunt, and it does raise questions about the role of judges in policing politics in France. But do you believe that the charges against her were indeed legitimate and can't be dismissed as being politically motivated as her party has?
Yes, absolutely. She was guilty as charged of misusing or embezzling 4.6 million euros at the expense of the European Parliament. Okay, she did not use it for personal wealth. She just used it to fund a party who at the time found it very difficult to have money because they did not have any MPs and therefore were not available for state funding of parties. And banks did not want to lend, French banks did not want to lend her money. She actually had to borrow money from Russian banks. So, yes, she has an excuse for, but at the same time, she is really guilty. And the judges actually applied the law as it is. And there's one thing, maybe if she had accepted her guilt, the problem throughout the trial, she refused to accept her guilt. And I heard the interview of the European Union lawyer said that's one key element. She never recognized she did anything wrong. While everyone agrees that she did, so she broke the law and in full knowledge.
And Jacques, even though it seems right now that she is in fact unlikely to run in the next election pending any legal manoeuvres that she may enact, she has changed politics in France, hasn't she? She's forced many of the movements, especially Emmanuel Macron, more to the right of centre. Tell us more about the legacy she leaves behind, if indeed this does mean the end of her political career.
The legacy, we know that she leaves a big legacy, but the whole point is who will take over. The problem is the sentence is right and well founded, but the consequences on the political climate of France will be really immeasurable. It will increase the mistrust of the French towards the judicial system, thinking it's at the service of the political establishment, which is not the case. And it will also fuel the debate about democracy in France being imperfect. And it's in the line of all the populist movements in Europe and in France who contest the rule of law and who think that the rule of the wish of the people is more important than the rule of law, and which is at the heart of French democracy, the rule of law. But at the same time, it will have an impact, a very negative impact on the political climate. It will lead to accusations of that the system is not working. That's the main key. As far as her legacy is concerned, it's about a program. The thing that she will not be able to stand in the next election. Bardella is really a lightweight, and I don't think he will be in a position to carry as many votes. You know, she's credited in yesterday's opinion poll with over 35% of the vote in the first round. I don't think that would apply to Jordan Bardella. And many voters of the National Front will maybe try to follow another option. And I personally think that this result, this event, disqualification, is a godsend for the alt-right wing of the Republican Party, because people think if the Republican Party has moved very close to the National Rally, and we see someone in France, actually the Home Secretary, Bruno Retailleau, is very, very popular with the National Front voters, and he's got views, whether it is on law and order, on immigration, and mistrust of Islam, which is very similar to those of Marine Le Pen. So therefore, I think that he could capitalize on the fact that Marine Le Pen will not be. But there was another thing. But her legacy is 140 MPs. France is quite amazing. It's her legacy is she's created the first French party. But where the party with the most voters? Where will these voters go now that Marine Le Pen will no longer be in the field in the presidential election of 2007? Uh, is up to debate. But I personally think that a very outright
Yes.
Republican
Yeah.
Party
Mm.
will be the main beneficiary, and I think that there must be someone like Bruno Retailleau must
Okay.
be very pleased with this outcome.
Jacques Reland, we will have to leave it there, but great to get your thoughts as always. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.